Okay, so this is part one of finding my long lost sister after 27 years and um, how that was with having a toxic narcissistic mother. So my sister is my full sister. We have the same mom, same dad. She did not grow up in the house with us. I don't know who originally told me that I had a sister. We have three brothers. I'm the firstborn, then my sisters. I was born in 85, my sister was born in 87, and then our three brothers are under us. So I don't know who told me I had a sister, but pretty much all my life I knew I had a sister, just didn't know where she was or what happened to her, right? And whenever I would ask my mom what happened to her, she would get upset, like angry, like not crying upset, but she would get mad. So after a while, I just stopped asking. I do remember a phone call one time where me, her, and my dad were on three-way, and my sister was brought up, and she even got an attitude with him. Now, I just learned some new information today from my sister that I'll dive into a little later, but that makes that phone call between the three of us like utter bullshit because my daddy was acting like my daddy was acting like he ain't know shit either, right? At that time. So anyway, um in 2014, is that the right year? Yeah, in 2014, so I always talked about my sister, like, and if you know me at all, you know that uh the sister that I originally talk about is Crystal. We are not blood related, but that is my sister for all rights and purposes. I used to talk to Crystal about my sister all the time. I used to be crying. I wrote a poem about my sister before I found her. All of this, right? And so the woman that I was in a relationship with in 2014, I was having a conversation with her about my sister, and she was like, "Just ask your mama, like, all she can do is say no or tell you." She's like, just at least ask her name or whatever. Because I never knew my sister's name up until this time, August 19th, 2014. Right? So I did I sent my mom a text, which I don't have the text messages. Normally I have all my receipts, right? But I do not have those text messages because I no longer have that phone or anything like that. Um, so I don't have that as proof, but like literally, I'm like, why would I lie, right? So anyway, hold on, let's see. Okay. I'm finding the message that I sent to my sister. So August 19th, 2014 at 9:31 p.m. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh shit. It done went back. Okay, anyway, there's a date right there that looks a little crazy. But so I sent my sister a message after my mom told me her name. And I said, "Hi, I know you don't know me, but I think we might be related. Please contact me. Also, my birth name is Ruth Randolph. Now, my mother's maiden name is Randolph. So at the time that my sister and I were born, her name was Jackie Randolph, right? Our father's name is Clarence McDonald. When I was in high school, my last name got changed to McDonald. It was a child support thing. Um, so anyway, I messaged her and then I was on her page because when my mama gave me her name, I went on Facebook and put the name in and somebody popped up. Imagine my fucking surprise that somebody popped up, right? And when I looked at her, I immediately knew that this was my sister, right? Because she looked just like me and our mama. Like, we look like fucking triplets. So my sister is more light skinned. Our dad is light skinned. Our mom is more brown, kind of dark skinned or whatever. So, but she looked just like us, y'all. Looked just like us. So I was like, this got to be my sister. So I went. went through her friends list and I saw people that posted on her page and I sent them messages also, right? Because she wasn't getting to me quick enough, and I'm like, damn, can somebody tell her check her inbox or something? You know, I'm like, I'm anxious to talk to her, right? If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am cooking these diced apples for a new cookie recipe for a client. But anyway, so she accepted my friend request on the 20th at 1, like around 1 something. So I messaged her August 20th, 1:34 p.m. and I said, "Hi, thank you for accepting my friend request. Could you give me a call?" I said, "Could you call me?" And I gave her my number. And then she messaged me back and she said, "Is your mother's name Jackie Elaine Randolph? I was adopted. I have a different name now, but I use my birth name for my Facebook. Where are you from? From my understanding, I did have brothers and sisters. Where are you from?" Now, it didn't dawn on me then, like, what she mean she was adopted, right? What she mean? Like, how she know our mama full name? Like, none of that dawned on me then, right? Because the story that my mama gave me this night after I told her, like, I found her or whatever, was that uh she was at a friend's house, a male friend. She said that they were not in any kind of relationship, none of that, didn't have sex, none of that. So she said that she left my sister with this guy friend of hers. Mind you, my sister was a baby, right? Left her with this male friend so that she could go out, and then he ended up getting a call. He had to go to work, so he took my sister to my Aunt Velda's house. And this is my great aunt because this is my mom's aunt. So this is my great aunt, right? Took her to my Aunt Velda's house, and then he went to work. My mama said that when she went to go get her baby, my sister, that nobody was answering the phone, nobody was answering the door, none of that. She claimed that she called the police. The police came. It was a whole big thing. And then she said it was later found out that my Aunt Velda sold my sister to somebody. And then that was the end of that, right? But mind you, my whole life, before I went no contact with a lot of these people, my whole life my Aunt Velda was in my life, right? And there was never a time I could remember not going over to Aunt Velda's house on D-Wall, which they don't live over there no more, but that used to be my great great grandmother's home, who I'm named after. So anyway, I couldn't remember a time where she wasn't in my life. And so it still didn't click to me, like, how are you saying that this lady stole your baby and sold her, but she been in our life this whole time? Like, she been around your other kids. Like, it didn't dawn on me, because if you know anything about me from when I was a kid and earlier years, like, I've always been a protector of my mom, right? I've always protected her. I've always had her back 100%, 10 toes down for this lady. So none of this is clicking for me, right? But as she kept telling me things, I started to look like, okay, this ain't really adding up. But not yet. This is still the first day, y'all. So I told her, I'm from Houston. Yes, that's my mom, our mom. Can you call me, please? And I said, you are my sister. It's a long story. And I had made this collage with me, my sister, our mom, and our dad. Like, she looked like I was pregnant on that picture, y'all. That's why my face so damn big. But that is my sister. She looked just like she looked just like them. Like, bruh. So I sent, and then after that, she said she was talking to our mom on Facebook. She said at 4:10, she said, I'm talking to her on Facebook right now. I'm so excited and scared to meet y'all. She said she might come today. And so I said, oh, okay, I'm so happy. I wanted to see you today too. I was going to pick her up. Because at this time my mom didn't have a car. So I was already making plans to go scoop mama up, let's go see your baby girl, right? And so I was like, tell her that I'll wait. You two can meet each other alone for the first time if that's what y'all want. And then my sister was like, OMG, really? Wow. Man, I have been looking at her pictures. I look just like her, man. It's scary. I never thought I'd ever know who I looked like. I said, yes, you do. I do too. It's like we're all twins. And then she said, oh no, if I don't know what to do, what's I'm just ready to meet everybody, and yes, we are. And it's about to end. Be back.